I started this year with 6 journals in my lineup, and honestly, I never imagined that none of them would actually work for me. 2025 turned out to be one of my worst journaling years ever, and that's why I'm making some big changes for 2026. Today, let's talk about my current lineup, what's worked, what didn't, and what's my plan is going into the new year. Hello friends, it's me again Hesti and welcome back to my channel. We are officially starting the tinybooknest year-end fest, my end of the year series where we prepare for the new year together with journaling, planning, reading setup, and everything in between. I'll be posting 15 videos from now until the end of the year, and today's video will be a long and chatty one, so get your favorite drink, get comfy, and let's dive in. First, let's move this tag to the side and let's start with the journal that should help me become more productive, my 2025 bullet journal. This year I choose this TN size for my bullet journal. It is a downsize after using a B5 last year. I always use A5 size for my bullet journal, but around the end of 2023, I feel that I need more space. That's why I upgraded to B5 in 2024. However, by the end of 2024, I was realized that B5 is too big for me. Instead of moving to A5, which is my usually go-to size for bullet journal, I choose TN because I was in a need of having a space for a longer task list on daily basis. I don't need that much wind, but I need more space vertically, and this TN is just 2 cm shorter than B5 but slimmer than A5, which is what was I looking for. On paper, this sounds perfect, right? But in reality, things did not go as planned. I barely reached for this notebook this year. I have so many blank pages in this journal. I never use it fully in a month. Sometimes I even completely skip a month and just use a random notebook or the note apps in my phone to write important tasks. And this messiness create a huge problem in my productivity as well as my mental health. So back in October 2024, I tested a daily page system inside a TN where I wrote my daily tasks, content schedule, daily reading tracker, and I actually love how it looked, especially when I added quick daily reviews. Flipping through it brought me so much joy. However, setting up a daily page like this takes time, and setting up 7 daily pages every week was just too much. I had tried to simplifying it into a classic weekly layout, like only 2 pages instead of 7, because I thought it will be saving so much more time. That didn't fix the root problem either. I no longer have the capacity to spend hours to create a nice setup that I'll be satisfying enough to be used and look at every single day. Since my main problem is set up everything from scratch, I'm thinking a way to still have a functional and pretty journal but in much simpler setup process, and that's when the idea of switching to a pre-printed planner came in. This journal is from the same brand like my notebook, the Jotting Dots. It's a refillable traveler's notebook where you can add and remove the insert as per your needs. For the last 2 months, I've been using this and wow, it's been helping so much. The pre-printed layout cuts my setup time in half. I still decorate because I need my spread to look cute or I won't use them, but it's quick and manageable. The other things that I need to add are my personal layout like habit tracker and weekly task list like the one that I added in here. The problem with my bullet journal was that it is so time sensitive. Daily spread must be ready before the day start, weekly spread must be ready before a Monday start, and most of the time I wasn't ready. The only thing that held me back from using this for 2026 is that I need a little bit bigger space, especially on the weekly section. Considering that, I was looking for some pre-printed planner with similar structure, and my choice goes to this planner by Atelier Nora. This is their weekly 2026 planner. It's another Indian brand, but you can find their product on Amazon US and UK. I choose the dated version, that's why it has 2026 on the spine, but it also has the undated version as well. This is the first time I'm using planner since I started bullet journal back in 2018, so I'm excited but also nervous. This planner has similar layout like Hobonichi Weeks. For the yearly page, I'm planning to use it as my health tracker such as workout, intermittent fasting, my morning and night routine. I'm using 12-week year for my goal planning system, and this yearly page will be perfect place to track my habits for my health goal. While planning my 2026 lineup, I've watched a lot of Hobonichi setup video to get some ideas how I can use this page, and mostly people use this as some kind of daily tracker. I don't have that much upfront appointment, so it will be more useful if I'm using this yearly page as a tracker. After the yearly page, we have the monthly page from January to December, followed by all the weekly page. The weekly layout is close to the Hobonichi Weeks with daily section on the left and blank pages on the right, but here they add some boxes for special notes on the top and bottom like priorities, accomplishment, and so on. I already have in mind what I want to have on this area, so I'm sure that I won't be use this extra section. I'm probably going to cover them with some decoration. I will have a separate video where I'll be setting up this planner. I think it will be the second or third episode for this video series. If you don't want to miss that and the rest of video from this series, make sure to subscribe and turn on the notification button. At the back of this planner, we have some extra page like habit tracker, expenses tracker, and some empty space that you can personalize. After trying to use pre-planner for the past 2 months, I really hope that this new planner will help me be more organized and productive next year. Although I don't need as much time to set up this planner every single month, but if you want to see how I prepare this planner, please let me know in the comment so I can make a separate plan with me series for this planner. Now, looking back on how I was using my bullet journal, I always have a couple of yearly pages related to my goal and my plan to execute them. I had my yearly vision, then 12 weeks year tactics, and my weekly schedule for those tactics. This planning process that will be translated to my monthly and weekly page, including my daily tasks. However, this planner doesn't have enough space to accommodate that, so that's how this little body coming in. First, let's move these two aside. So this gorgeous one get her own spotlight. This is a B6 notebook from Atelier Nora. It is their art series. They have lots of color to choose, and I choose the coffee brown one. It has 200 GSM paper in dotted and has total 144 pages. I immediately fall in love with this notebook at the moment I hold it in my hand. I always have the feeling that I will love the B6 size, and finally, after holding it the first time, I know that my feeling was right. I will use this B6 notebook as my goal journal to plan what I need to do on daily basis. Meanwhile, the planner will be my everyday journal, a place to micromanaging my day-to-day and to make sure that everything that I plan on my goal journal execute well. One more thing that I will add in my goal journal is my weekly dashboard. It is where I sum up what happened in a week, a little highlight, media consumption, favorite things that week, quick reflection, and so on. I found a huge benefit of having this page because it is my way of memory keeping my life in very minimum effort. These two journals will complement each other, and I'll be use them in rotation. I'll start my month on the B6 journal, plan everything out including my weekly tasks. Then I will grab my everyday planner to use that information to break down my daily to-do list. By the end of the week, I'll come back to the B6 again to reflect on my week and plan for the upcoming week, and so on and so forth. For 2026, I'll go from one bullet journal into two type of journal. Although I use more journal, but the system is way simpler and faster to create because of the pre-printed planner, and my goal journal only need to set up once a year for all of the yearly pages, and other setup that I need to do only once a month for my weekly dashboard. My goal journal proposes to plan and reflect, meanwhile my everyday planner lean toward to track to help me check all the lists that I have. I feel by using these two notebooks, I have a better system to help me more organized next year, and hopefully, this new approach is the answer of my problem. Also, with the way I'm planning to use both of them, these two notebooks can be used for one full year, so I don't need to think about migrating process in the middle of the year. Next, let's we move to the second journal in my 2025 lineup, my reading journal. It used to be the journal that I'm absolutely sure what I want to do with it, but despite of how gorgeous this cover look, this year my reading journal is a huge mess. I honestly don't want to show you how bad it is right now. I have a lot of blank pages inside. There are months that I didn't set up anything. I have a lot of pending book review spread, and even some of my daily tracker didn't update at all because I did a quick tracking on reading app. Once again, I'm already behind in the beginning of the month, and there are so many more problems that make this reading journal didn't work out at all this year. And once again, the sole problem is that I'm no longer in the same capacity to have reading journal that require a long time to set up on monthly basis. I realized that I used to have what I call low maintenance reading journal back in 2022 and 2023, and I think my system back then is the best one for me, at least for now. So in 2026, I'm planning to bring my old system back in this traveler notebook journal. Yes, it is from the Jotting Dots, but this one is a customized one. I made this illustration with books and stars to represent fantasy, my all-time favorite genre. This book has 160 GSM paper. I choose the dotted pages, and the total it has 160 pages as well. The travel notebook size from the Jotting Dots is not a common TN size that you usually found in the market. It's what I will call B5 Slim. It is almost the same height as B5, but way slimmer. If I compare the common traveler journal, which is more of A5 Slim, you will see that the Jotting Dots one is way bigger, which is good actually, because I don't think the common TN size have enough room for me, especially based on how I use my reading journal. I love to add book cover and make reading tracker, make TBR pages, so I still need a notebook with lots of room, but not as much as A5 or even B5. Now, if I compare both of them, while open, you can see that the common TN, it is way smaller. I make this custom notebook back in 2024, and I was planning to use it for this year actually, but by the end of 2024 I saw this beautiful butterfly notebook, so I changed my mind. Although I have using this TN as my bullet journal this year, it's still a new size for me as a reading journal. That's why I'm doing a test run for this month in my early retired 2025 bullet journal. We don't waste space. I'm going to use these 2 months to try any layout and style that I want to bring in 2026. So far, I only get the idea for the monthly layout and the trackers, but I still not find how I will do my book review section yet. I have a couple of ideas in mind, but I want to see first which one that will be more feasible in the long run. Next, we are moving to the next journal that is fail, but I still going to continue using them next year, which is my media journal. This is another notebook from Atelier Nora, but this one is their classic series in TN size. This one has a thinner page compared to the artist one because it only has like 110 GSM, and I chose the dotted pages one. After I set them up back on December last year, I never created any spread in this journal. I only update a couple of TV series and drama that I have watched, even that's not all of them either. Again, I don't have any specific reason for failure of this journal except the same reason like the previous 2. I don't get time to sit down and pour my heart and soul to create a journaling spread. I do still want to have this journal in my lineup next year, but I will think any other way to showcase every media that I consume besides creating a dedicated review page. Maybe I will make a simple series log with their poster, short thought like my favorite moments or my favorite characters. Let's see how will I work with this journal next year, but I definitely still gonna use this journal for next year, and I will put that as my personal goal to give more attention to this journal because it really feel good to look back to this kind of pages. Now, let's talk about all of the journals that will be discontinued in 2026, and the first one is what I call my creative journal. This is another gorgeous looking journal from the Jotting Dots. it is in a square space. Since I moved to India, almost all of my notebook from the jotting dots, because so far they are the only one who has a 160 GSM dotted notebook with gorgeous cover. I never tried square book before, and I saw so many people really pleased with the square notebook, especially when they are using them for creative outlet like reading journal, media journal, junk journal, and everything similar. So I thought this size is the perfect fit for this type of journal. But personally, I didn't like this size at all. I feel that I have limited vertical space and too much horizontal space, But on the funny side, it's actually become my final confirmation that I'm more of a slim notebook kind of girl. That's why I think I love the TN so much, both the A5 slim version like the Habonichi Week or like a B5 version like the jotting dots one. I honestly don't know what I will do with this notebook because I can see myself to use it near in the future. Maybe I can give them to someone else so they can use it better, but as of now, I don't know what I will do with this notebook, and it might take a while for me to find out. We are finally on the last two of my 2025 journal lineup, and both are in A6 size, also will be discontinued in 2026. The first one is my daily journal. Once again, another beautiful looking notebook that completely failed this year. It is extra upsetting for me because I really love the cover, but I never reached them at all this year. My intention when I decided to add this daily journal in my lineup because I want to do some kind of self routine where I can put my thoughts on the paper. Also, I really like how these daily pages become a memory keeping where I can look back and relive those in the future. Now, when you know that I even can squeeze time to set up my bullet journal, which is something crucial for me because I need it for my work and how I run things at home, how could I have time, chill, relaxing session every single day to fill in this daily journal? I only did it one time, and after that this notebook has been used for here and that. Because I still want to have a daily journal, I even tried to repurpose this planner, which was intended as my kids journal. It's dated planner with daily pages, and I was using it as my daily journal. After a couple of days, I got behind again. Some days I only get time to write 2 or 3 highlights of the day with a planning to come back and fill with my detailed thoughts, but that day never came, and until now those pages still look as it is. Then I'm trying to find a middle way where I can still have some kind of daily journal but with very low maintenance one, and I'm coming up with the idea of using a pre-layout weekly to add everyday highlight. I got this idea from the daily planner where I only added the highlight of the day but not the full diary entry. Adding 1 or 2 sentences daily highlight won't take that much time of me, but with that, I still have some kind of memory keeping of how my days went. I also did a test run by using another insert in my refillable traveler notebook, and I think it is working. While on the weekly section, I add my daily highlight. On the right side, I can use for any detailed thoughts of the week. I might not have too much thing to say about every single day, but I definitely have enough words to pour out for a week period of time. I will be continue to use this insert for 2026, but I will add some tabs to divide each month because this weekly insert only has weekly layout. That's it. And one insert can last long for 6 months. So if I'm being consistent, I will have 2 of this insert by the end of 2026. So here's the final list for 2026. In my functional journal, we will have my goal journal in B6, and then my daily planner in traveler notebook size, and my weekly highlight in refillable TN. And on the creative journal group, I will have my reading journal, the TN from the jotting dots, the B5 slim one, and the media journal also in the end, but this one from the Atelier Nora, the A5 slim one. 5 books in total, but with a simpler, more supportive system. I'm really hopeful that this new approach will help me stay organized and more consistent, and honestly more at peace with my journaling routines. No more guilt about empty pages. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I hope you enjoyed this long chatty video and looking into my 2026 journal lineup. The next episode of Tiny Book Nest Year End Fest will be all about setting up my goal journal, and I'm so excited to share that with you. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, leave a comment, or tell me what journal you are planning to use next year. And if you want to follow along the whole series, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any of the upcoming videos. Until next time, stay cozy, stay inspired, happy journaling, and see you soon, friends!